what do you think is the role of a good advisor? How important do you think, whether a person is in an entrepreneurial role, whether a person is in an entrepreneurial role, how important do you think can an advisor's role be? And how important do you think it's necessary to have that cohort? What happens there, and how have you seen our role evolve as such?
In fact, as one grows, the role of advisors actually becomes even more critical and important. Because आप जब relatively younger होते हो, चाहे आप जो भी career में हो आप, you will have some form of colleagues, mentors, bosses, managers who are naturally available to you. But as you grow more senior, the role of somebody who can be truly independent and truly honest and can bring to you which you will naturally not have access to. These three things, club together make an advisor so relevant and so impactful. So going back to that incident, right, that when you and I spoke, I didn't know you. It was a random call. I was looking for an external point of view on an M&A deal and some really hard negotiations that I was in the midst of. And while I had legal advisors, while I had lots of other investment bankers, right? And I was like, no, I think I'm still not getting the full picture. I think we are still missing out. We are not moving into this with the right negotiation position. And I somehow reached out to you. And you were kind enough to talk to somebody for 1 hour, somebody you didn't know from Adam, had never met before. But your perspective was so valuable. That armed me in that specific incident to go back and approach that negotiation. And it was a really high stake conversation. Approach that conversation with so much more confidence and some new brilliant ideas that, it just, I think, endeared us in that conversation, right? And I'm hoping you were willing to spend 1 hour, which otherwise you wouldn't have. You're a busy man. I'm hoping
also because you resonated so well, right? Because you came across not just as someone, and I met so many people who are stakeholders. I met so many people who are leading that transaction, but still in a very transactional mind as a stakeholder. You were almost like a co-founder coming and saying that has its own relevance to impact your child, and the child was your company there. So the heart that you brought, and forget the issue was complicated, it was fun to discuss because we love discussing complicated stuff, but the heart that you brought to that, and I could see how impactful, or rather more importantly, how impacted you were for the fact that I still recollect you telling me that for 3 days it was stuck on those few points, and it was impacting you to a great extent. And I think that's what made me not even think like a lawyer. Again, people keep saying I don't think like a lawyer. I'm a very non-lawyer lawyer, but I am a lawyer at the end of the day. And hopefully that outlined the reason for me to say that नहीं यार, यहाँ पे transactional कुछ है नहीं, यहाँ पे ना एक इंसान बहुत ही interesting पहलू लेके आई है, but more importantly वो इंसान खुद इतनी interesting है. So that's where I brought it out. And I guess we continued with that. But then go ahead.
And then of course then we finally met many months later, and then now you're my go-to person. I'll call you up with the most inane of queries, like even my latest fascination, right? The one that I've been telling you, that what next?